Thanks for joining in, friends. Welcome to Mass Mastro. I am your host, Muhammad Ghayasuddin. In this particular video, I am going to solve a few questions from Fundamental of Differential Equations from a book written by Nagel Safn Snyder. The cover of the book you can see on the thumbnail of this particular video, and this book is probably one of the finest piece of work on fundamentals of differential equations, and I think this is a must-have book for every graduate and undergraduate students who have chosen mathematics as their subject for higher studies. Okay, so come let us solve the problem from exercise number 2.2 that is ahead in the video. Thanks for joining. So let us start with solving the problem, and the question number one of exercise 2.2 is here in front of your screen. Okay, and this can be written as dy oblique dx as sine x plus y, and even if we expand sine x plus y, let's say sine x cos y plus cos x sine y as per the formula of writing this, there is no way actually we can separate this particular differential equation, because there is no way we can write function of y with dy and function of x with dx. It is not going to separate. The number one is actually a not separable equation. Okay, we come to question number two now, and question number two, just by looking at it, you will be able to make out that it is a very much separable equation, because the function of y can be written with dy, and we can write dy minus plus 1 is equal to dx, and when we apply the integration, we will be able to do it very easily by just putting integration on both sides. The function of y is actually aligned with dy, and 1 is aligned with dx, since there is no function of x involved in this. Okay, now question number third question number three is actually a little tricky compared to the earlier ones. Now we know the rule that if natural log is given like this, we can actually write this as a ln b. If we apply the same rule here, this can be written as 2t log s, right, plus 8t square, and this can be written as 2t square ln s plus 8t square. Now if we take 2t common from both the terms, okay, I take it 2 common from both the terms, so here we will be left with ln s, and here it will be just 4, and now we can very easily separate this equation. The ds oblique dt is 2t square ln s plus 4, and t can be written with t and s can be written with s by cross multiplication. We can write it like this: 2t square equal to dt. Okay, question number 3, the given equation is actually very much separable. The question number 3, the answer will be actually separable equation. Okay, question number 4, we come and we see question number 4. Question number 4 on your screen can be written as ex is to ey. If we write e like this, the exponent of both on x and y will actually add up to become x and y, which is given in the question, and then this can be written at x square plus 2, and y ey we can write together, and then e x oblique x square plus 2 we can write together. This is a separate function, we can write as a function of y, and this one is a separate function of x. So this will actually become dy is divided by y e to the power y is equal to e to the power x dx x square plus 2. So question number 4, it's also a separable equation very much, okay? Separable differential equation. And question number 5, let us see how we can separate question number 5. Xy square 3y square is given on the left hand side. Dy is equal to 2x dx. This can be written as this, and we can take y square common from this and write y square under bracket x plus 3 bracket closed dy 2x and dx. Now we can divide the entire expression by x plus 3 on the left hand side also and on the right hand side also. Left hand side will become y square dy and right hand side will become 2x dx plus x plus 3, okay? And then this is now separated. Therefore 5 is also a separable equation, right? And next question, let us see. Next question is actually s square plus ds oblique dt is equal to s plus 1 st, and right hand side we can write like this. But despite doing this, there is no way we can actually separate two variable s and t and align with ds and dx, because this the entire function which is given of its implicit function of s and t, actually there is no way to actually separate them here. I mean, without any substitution, or there is no way to actually separate them. So this is actually a not separable differential equation, okay? The sixth is actually a non-separable differential equation. Now we move to our next question, and question number 7 to 16 is actually what we need to solve and find an equation after actually solving the problem. But solving entire question could take a very long time. So what I will do in this case, that I'll pick up the first 4 question, which is actually 7 till 10, and we will do this much in this particular video, and I'll cover rest of the question in the next video, which is going to come after this, okay? 7, what you see on your screen here can be rewritten as y cube dy is equal to dx oblique x, and when we apply integration on both the sides, this will become y 3 plus 1 and then 3 plus 1 in the denominator, and this dx oblique x actually will become ln x, and we will put a constant of integration called c here, and this is it. I think we are already through, and we will get our equation as y to the power 4 and then 4 ln x, and then this will be 4c. So instead I'll pick up another constant called c1, and this is our equation. This is our solution for question number 7. Question number 8 is also very much separable differential equation, and it can be done easily. 8 is dx oblique x is equal to 3t square dt. Putting integration on both the sides, we get ln x is equal to 3t 2 plus 1 here and 2 plus 1 here in the denominator, and then a constant of integration c, and this will be ln x is equal to 3t cube oblique 3 plus c, and this will be nothing but ln x is equal to t cube plus c. Ln is actually natural log, And in case you want to further simplify, you can do that by just writing x is equal to e to the power t cube plus e to the power c, where e to the power c is another constant. You can maybe take x is equal to c1 e to the power t cube. So this is the solution of question number 8. Now we move on to question number 9. It can be written as t divided by x e to the power t multiplied by e to the power 2x. And now we can this is actually a variable separable equation. We can actually separate the variables given here. Then it can be written as rewritten as x e to the power 2x multiplied by dx is equal to t dt divided by e to the power t, or x e to the power 2x dx. Apply integration on both the sides. Since there are two actually different components, multiple of two different components, we need to actually apply integration by parts in both of the equation, on right hand side as well as on the left hand side. So I take left hand side first, and let us do it. So the integration by parts of left hand, actually if we assume x is equal to u and dv is equal to e to the power 2x, we get dx is equal to du, and v is equal to, and the first will be uv minus v du, and u and v is actually we computed this much, and u is x. So this will become x oblique 2 e to the power 2x minus v is half e to the power 2x, and du is dx. This again becomes x oblique 2 e to the power 2x minus 1 oblique 4 e to the power 2x. So this becomes x. Similarly, applying integration by parts on the right hand side. Therefore, on the right hand side we can write t e to the power minus t minus e to the power t, and a constant of integration c. And this is it. This is the solution for this particular. This is question number 9. So we got this equation as a final solution for question number 9. Okay, let us move to the next question. This question is again not very difficult, and this is actually last question of this video, and many more questions in this particular exercise, which I will cover in next videos. Okay, and this question, what you see on your right hand is and so this can be actually separated as y square. For the one which is given on the right hand side, we may have to do a little assumption so that we can solve it easily. And I will assume 1 plus x is equal to, say, p square, and dx is equal to 2p dp is what we will get, and x will become p square minus 1. If we substitute here, we get x dx, and 1 plus x, what we get, p minus 1 2 p dp, and square root of p square is p. P will go off 2, and we get p square minus 1 dp. Now if we apply integration here, we get 2, and this is p square dp minus 2 just dp is equal to 2p cube oblique 3 and 2p. Okay, so this become p cube minus 2p. Now we substitute the value of p, which is a square root of 1 plus x, to the right hand side, this we will get as 2 oblique 3 and 1 oblique 1 plus x to the power 3 divided by 2 minus 2 1 plus x, and then left hand side when we apply integration here, and this we already got this one, and once we apply integration on the left hand side, this equation will become y 2 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1 in the denominator. So we have y cube I'll write it here instead. We have y cube oblique 3 divided by 3 is equal to 2 divided by 3 1 plus x to the power 3 divided by 2 square root of 1 plus x, and then a constant of integration c, and we can simplify this as y cube is equal to 2 1 plus x 3 to the power 2 minus 6 1 plus x plus 3c will be on another constant c1. So this is the solution of question number 10. Okay, so this is it friends for this video, and I'm going to be back with another set of videos solving more problems from this exercise before we move on to another exercise of this book. And I would like to request you, before I leave, I would like to request you that if you are the one who have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly do subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon so that whenever a new video is released, you are informed about that, right? And I will be back again very soon. Till then, bye bye and have a nice time.